Capricorn, stop what you're doing for a moment and just breathe, because this message found you for a reason. This isn't just another video to pass the time, it's a divine appointment. If you're hearing my voice right now, it's not coincidence. Something in your life is shifting, and the universe has been trying to get your attention. Before we go deeper, I want you to type "I'm ready" in the comments. That single act is more powerful than you think. It tells your spirit, your angels, and your future that you're open to receive what's been waiting for you all along. You've been asking why money seems to slip away, why every time you get close to peace, something unexpected happens, an emergency, a betrayal, a loss. You've been wondering why you're always the one people run to for help, yet when you need support, silence greets you. That's not bad luck. That's spiritual training. You are being prepared for something that can't be given to everyone. When God chooses a Capricorn to carry wealth, He doesn't hand it over easily. He tests their heart, their patience, and their endurance. You've been through storms not to punish you, but to build a fortress inside you. I want you to picture this. Job, the richest man in the East, suddenly loses everything: his wealth, his children, his health. Everyone around him says, "Curse God and die." But Job remains silent, steadfast, and faithful. What Job didn't know was that his trial was a divine conversation in heaven. His suffering wasn't random, it was proof of trust. The same energy surrounds you now, Capricorn. You've been under attack, not because you're weak, but because heaven bragged about you. You've been proving in silence that your loyalty remains even when your comfort is gone. That's why this message found you, because the test is about to turn into testimony. Think about Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first television job, humiliated, told she was fit for TV. She could have given up, but rejection became redirection. She created her own path, and today her name represents empire. Do you see the pattern? Every Capricorn is forced through rejection before recognition. Every closed door has been divine choreography, aligning you with something beyond logic. You may not see it yet, but everything that looked like loss was actually a shift in vibration. The universe has been trying to remove certain people, habits, and mindsets because they can't come with you to your next level. You've noticed how lately you don't tolerate nonsense the way you used to. You're quieter, more observant, detached from what used to bother you. That's not fatigue, that's ascension. Your spirit is outgrowing old frequencies. That's why things feel uncomfortable right now. Do you remember Nikola Tesla, the genius who gave the world electricity as we know it, but died penniless? People thought he was insane, but Tesla was working with divine intelligence far ahead of his time. His story mirrors what you've been feeling: misunderstood, undervalued, unseen. But the truth is, Capricorn, you're carrying blueprints for the future. People around you can't see what you see because they're not meant to. The universe hides vision from those who would destroy it too early. Now let me tell you something many never realize. Money doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to energy. When you work from desperation, you repel it. When you work from alignment, it chases you. You've been pushing too hard, trying to control outcomes, and that resistance has blocked your flow. The universe doesn't need your panic, it needs your faith. Every Capricorn who learns to shift from anxiety to expectancy experiences the same miracle. The moment they stop chasing, everything starts coming. Let's look at Joseph, the young dreamer from the Bible. His own brothers sold him into slavery. He was imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. For years, nothing made sense, but Joseph never complained. He knew every step, even the painful ones, was leading him to purpose. One day, Pharaoh needed an interpreter for a dream, and suddenly, Joseph was called from prison to the palace. That's what's about to happen to you. Someone is about to call your name because of something you do naturally, something others ignored. One moment of divine recognition can erase years of obscurity. Tyler Perry once lived in his car, pouring everything into plays that no one came to watch. But the moment he aligned with divine timing, everything shifted. Today he owns a studio larger than Hollywood's biggest lots. That's not coincidence, that's divine alignment. Capricorn, you're entering that same turning point. You've already been in the wilderness long enough. You've cried the tears, faced the betrayals, and carried the burdens that others ran from. Now, the energy is shifting. But before wealth comes, the spirit must be cleaned. There are energy leaks around you, people who drain you, thoughts that limit you, emotions that weigh you down. The universe can't fill a leaking cup. You must seal your energy by setting boundaries, by saying no to what steals your peace. That's when your money will multiply. You can't receive abundance while entertaining chaos. It's like trying to plant seeds in a storm, nothing grows. Gold is purified through fire. It doesn't complain during the process. It simply endures until the impurities burn away. You've been in that fire. The pressure, the betrayal, the loneliness, it's all been refining you. The universe isn't trying to break you, it's trying to polish you. That's why things got so intense lately. You're too close to your next level to quit now. History repeats itself in divine patterns. During the Great Depression, millions lost everything. But those who reinvented themselves, people like Walt Disney, who kept building even after bankruptcy, became legends. Capricorn, your storm isn't destroying you, it's rebuilding you into something indestructible. Every delay has been divine design. The universe works in silence. That's why your biggest blessings often arrive disguised as endings. What if that person walking away was actually an angel clearing space? What if the job you lost was the universe removing you from limitation? What if every no was secretly protecting your yes? Capricorn, wealth doesn't begin with money, it begins with revelation. And revelation only comes through stillness. The reason things went quiet in your life is because your next instruction is spiritual, not logical. You've been trying to use old tools for a new destiny. That's why nothing fits anymore. Now listen closely, because this is where things start to change. The universe has a strange pattern. It gives to those who are ready, not those who are desperate. And readiness is proven through gratitude. If you can thank God even when your wallet is empty, you unlock abundance. If you can praise through pressure, you magnetize miracles. Gratitude is your access code. Do you remember when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had only $7 left in his pocket? He didn't hide in shame. He made that moment his motivation. Today, his company is called $7 Productions, a living reminder that his lowest point was the foundation for his empire. Capricorn, the number 7 may mean something to you too. It's divine completion. The cycle of struggle is closing, but the test of faith remains. You've noticed the number 11, or seen feathers, or had strange dreams lately. Those are signs. The universe is saying, I'm near, keep going. You've also been feeling disconnected from certain people. Capricorn, listen carefully. Don't move, don't scroll, don't get distracted. Something is happening in the unseen, and this message is meant to find you right now. You might not realize it, but your life has been shifting in small, almost invisible ways. You've been feeling tired without knowing why, sensing a change but unable to explain it. The truth is, your energy has been fighting a spiritual battle that your mind can't understand yet. You've been asking, why does it feel like every time I fix one thing, something else breaks? The answer is deep, and it's time you finally hear it. Before we go on, I want you to type in the comments, I'm open to receive. That small action is a declaration to the universe that you are stepping into a new frequency, one that will end cycles of loss and bring restoration. For too long, you've been fighting battles that were never yours to fight. You've been trying to prove yourself to people who already made up their minds about you. You've been giving too much, trying to heal everyone while ignoring your own wounds. That's why your energy has been leaking. That's why your money has felt unstable, your emotions unpredictable. The truth is, Capricorn, your blessings have been trapped behind walls built by emotional exhaustion. You've been too strong for too long. The universe is whispering now, rest, and let me align things for you. There's a story you need to hear. It's about Joseph, the dreamer. He had the gift of seeing ahead. He could sense things before they happened. But when he shared his dreams, the people closest to him turned into enemies. They threw him into a pit. They sold him out. He was falsely accused, imprisoned, forgotten. But when divine timing came, Joseph was elevated overnight from prisoner to ruler. Capricorn, you have been in your pit season, misunderstood, overlooked, betrayed by people who ate from your hand. But that season was necessary. You were never meant to stay in the pit. It was only a place of transformation. There's a hidden connection between your energy and your finances. Every thought you think, every emotion you hold, every person you keep around you, all of it creates a vibration. Money is energy. It flows where peace is present. When you surround yourself with confusion, doubt, or draining people, that energy blocks abundance. This is why certain things stopped working for you the moment you tried to go back to old circles. You can't elevate and entertain chaos at the same time. Look at the life of Tyler Perry. He spent years performing his plays to empty seats. He was broke, living in his car, feeling forgotten, but he never gave up and he never stopped creating. He was planting seeds that nobody saw. One day, when he least expected it, his show sold out, and from that one night, everything changed. He became one of the wealthiest storytellers in the world. Tyler didn't chase opportunity, he aligned with purpose. That's what you're being prepared for now. Capricorn, you've been carrying generational burdens, debts, disappointments, and limitations that didn't even start with you, but you've also been chosen to end them. You are the first in your bloodline to see beyond survival. You're not meant to repeat the same financial patterns. That's why the universe is stripping away your old mindset, forcing you to face lessons you tried to avoid. The things falling apart aren't curses, they're cleanups. The universe is removing what can't stay once your abundance begins. You may have noticed how your sleep has changed. Some nights you wake up at odd hours, feeling a strange peace or heaviness in the air. That's not random. The spiritual realm is most active when the world sleeps. Your spirit is being called to attention because messages are being downloaded into your subconscious. The same way ancient prophets received visions, your intuition is sharpening. Pay attention to the repetitive numbers you see, the songs that suddenly speak directly to your situation, the dreams that feel too real. None of that is coincidence. Money responds to movement, but not just physical movement, energetic movement. When you clear space in your life, something divine fills the vacuum. Remember when you cleaned out your home and suddenly felt lighter? That's the same principle that works in your spiritual life. You've been called to release what's heavy so that what's divine can enter. The moment you forgive, detach, and stop chasing what left, your blessings begin to chase you. Let's talk about David. He was anointed king while he was still tending sheep. Imagine that, a divine promise spoken over someone who smelled like the field. He had the title before the throne. But what happened after? He was hunted, exiled, hiding in caves. Everyone around him doubted the promise. Yet in the background, God was shaping his character, teaching him how to rule before he even had a crown. Capricorn, that's what's happening to you. You've already been chosen, but life is testing your readiness. You don't see the crown yet because you're still being fitted for it. Now I want you to think about energy as a mirror. Whatever you believe deep down reflects outward. If you believe money is hard to earn, it becomes hard. If you believe you're always unlucky, the universe mirrors that belief. The moment you begin to expect miracles, miracles begin to appear. That's why your current battle isn't really about money, it's about mindset. Your inner dialogue determines your outer reality. You're learning that poverty starts in thought before it manifests in the bank. I once heard the story of a woman who lost her job, her savings, and her relationship all in the same month. She was a Capricorn too. Everyone thought she'd collapse under pressure, but instead she started volunteering, giving her time to others even when she had nothing. Within 3 months, she was offered a new job, one she never applied for, and it paid double her previous salary. That's what happens when you align with divine service. The universe rewards those who act out of faith, not fear. Capricorn, it's time to understand why certain things are happening. You've been separated for elevation. You're not meant to fit into small spaces anymore. That's why it feels like friends are disappearing, conversations are drying up, and your interests are shifting. You're shedding your old skin. The person you're becoming wouldn't survive in your old life. The universe is upgrading your identity so you can handle the blessings that are coming. Think of how gold is refined. It's placed in extreme heat until impurities melt away. The refiner doesn't panic when the gold melts. That's part of the process. You've been melting too, Capricorn. The old you is dissolving. The doubts, fears, and insecurities that once ruled you are being burned out. It's painful, but it's purposeful. You're being purified for prosperity. The universe doesn't work on our schedule, it works on vibration. When your energy matches the frequency of what you desire, it shows up instantly. But until you become that vibration, it remains hidden. That's why some people seem lucky, they simply resonate with abundance. You're learning to do the same. Every heartbreak, every delay, every closed door was calibrating your energy for alignment. Now let's take a step back into history. During the Great Depression, countless people lost everything. But a few individuals, visionaries like Walt Disney and Henry Ford, found creative ways to rebuild. They didn't focus on fear, they focused on creation. They turned chaos into opportunity. That's your calling now. Where others see crisis, you're meant to see potential. Where others see endings, you're meant to see beginnings. Capricorn, the reason you've been under so much pressure is because your destiny is heavy. You weren't built for average. You carry a builder's anointing, the ability to create stability from chaos. You are the one who turns pain into progress. That's why the universe keeps testing your endurance. Every setback has been training your spiritual muscles for massive success. You've probably noticed moments of déjà vu lately, like you've seen certain scenes before, felt certain emotions at exact times. That's because your spirit has already walked this path in another realm. Your higher self is guiding you toward a destiny that's already complete. You're just catching up to it. The wealth, peace, and recognition you seek already exist. They're simply waiting for you to become energetically ready. Sometimes the universe hides your blessings until you detach from what blocks them. It's like a parent withholding candy from a child who's holding fire. You've been holding on to pain, resentment, or guilt that's been blocking your miracles. The moment you release it, truly release it, the floodgates open. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's currency. The freer your heart, the faster your blessings move. Capricorn, your intuition has been screaming lately, but you've been too distracted to hear it. It's in the small whispers, the sudden chills, the songs that make you emotional for no reason. That's divine communication. You've been receiving signs that something new is forming, opportunities, money, recognition. It's closer than it appears, but the universe needs you focused, not fearful. Do you remember Steve Harvey's story? He was homeless, sleeping in his car with nothing but faith and a dream. Everyone told him it was impossible. But one night he received a call, a last-minute chance to perform at a comedy show. That one opportunity changed his entire life. It's a divine pattern. When everything seems to collapse, something supernatural always appears. Capricorn, your divine phone call is coming. Stay prepared. Energy never lies. You can tell when someone's spirit doesn't match your peace. That's why you've been feeling uncomfortable around certain people. Their frequency doesn't align with yours anymore. They may call you distant or changed, but that's fine. Elevation requires isolation. The universe is decluttering your circle because your next level needs clean energy. It's time to rewrite your financial story. Stop saying, "I'm broke," even as a joke. Every word you speak is a seed. Speak abundance into existence. Say, "I always attract opportunities. Money flows easily to me." These aren't just affirmations, they are instructions to your subconscious. The more you repeat them, the faster your energy shifts. Look at how the Wright brothers changed history. Everyone said humans would never fly. They failed countless times, but they kept believing. One small success changed the world forever. Capricorn, that's your energy. The same people who doubted you will soon witness what faith and discipline can create. Your flight moment is closer than you think. You've been dreaming of financial freedom, but what's really coming is spiritual freedom. The kind that breaks every curse attached to your name. You'll start to notice things shifting, sudden opportunities, unexpected checks, people wanting to reconnect, intuitive nudges to move or change direction. These are not random. They are signs that the vibration has changed. You're not who you were last year. You've matured spiritually. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer beg, you command. The universe recognizes authority, and you've earned it through pain, patience, and persistence. That's why this season feels different. You're not waiting anymore, you're aligning. Capricorn, your finances are connected to your frequency of self-worth. The moment you realize you deserve abundance, life begins to mirror it. You can't receive what you secretly believe you're unworthy of. The lesson isn't about earning more, it's about believing more. The universe has been showing you glimpses of what's next, testing how you'll react. Remember, Joseph went from prisoner to ruler in a single day. It takes years to prepare for sudden change, but the manifestation happens instantly. That's how destiny works. It unfolds slowly, then all at once. Capricorn, your all-at-once moment is forming quietly. Every disappointment, every delay, every sleepless night has been lining up the pieces. Soon, you'll understand why nothing worked before, because you were meant to outgrow struggle. You were never meant to live a small story. The universe had to slow you down so you could see what was being built behind the curtain. There's something coming that will make you say, "Now I see why I had to wait." Capricorn, keep your faith steady, keep your energy clean, keep your intentions pure. because the same universe that watched you cry in silence is preparing to bless you in public. And right before it happens, everything may go quiet again, just like it always does before divine movement. Capricorn, stop scrolling right now and listen carefully, because this moment is not an accident. There's something powerful that's unfolding in your life, something the universe has been trying to reveal to you piece by piece. I need you to take a deep breath, exhale, and type in the comments, "I'm ready for my shift." Because by the time you finish hearing this, something inside you will begin to awaken. You've carried burdens long enough. You've suffered in silence long enough. And now, the season that once broke you is about to bow to you. You've been walking through a storm without an umbrella, and yet you never drowned. You've been facing doors that refused to open, people who made promises and vanished, opportunities that slipped away at the last second. It wasn't bad luck, it was divine rearrangement. Every rejection was redirection. Every delay was preparation. Every sleepless night was training, because the truth is, Capricorn, your purpose required isolation. You couldn't see it before, but everything you lost was secretly positioning you for the moment you're stepping into right now. Something is shifting in the unseen. The energy around you feels strange because the spiritual atmosphere is recalibrating. The same way the weather changes before a storm, your spirit has been sensing something powerful on its way. You've been more emotional lately, more reflective, less interested in drama, more drawn to peace. That's not just maturity, that's evolution. The universe is upgrading your frequency so you can receive the kind of blessings that used to pass you by. Think about this. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson once had only $7 in his pocket. He was broke, lost, and uncertain about his next step. But instead of giving up, he made a vow that one day he would build an empire from those $7. Today, his company, $7 Productions, stands as a living symbol of his transformation. He turned his lowest moment into a foundation for abundance. Capricorn, that's exactly what's happening to you. The ashes of your past are becoming the soil for your breakthrough. Do you remember the story of David and Goliath? David didn't win because he was stronger. He won because he was prepared. When others were hiding in fear, David was in the fields practicing with his sling. The same people who overlooked him later watched him conquer what terrified them. That's your story too. You've been practicing in private while others mocked your silence. But soon, the very thing that intimidated you will be the reason people call your name. Capricorn, money isn't your main problem. Energy is. You've been leaking energy by worrying too much, by trying to please everyone, by staying loyal to people who drain your spirit. The universe can't bless what's surrounded by chaos. That's why it feels like every time something good starts, something else goes wrong, because your energy field has been cluttered. The moment you start saying no, protecting your peace, and walking away from what disturbs your spirit, everything begins to align. Look at the story of Steve Harvey. There was a time when he was homeless, living in his car, eating sandwiches from gas stations. Everyone thought his dream was dead, but Steve kept believing. One day he got a call, a last-minute opportunity to perform on television. That one call changed his life forever. He always says, "God's timing is never late, but it sure feels that way." Capricorn, you've been in that waiting room, wondering why things take so long. But when your name is finally called, everything will shift in an instant. Have you noticed the strange patterns lately? The numbers you keep seeing, the coincidences that don't feel random, the unexpected emotions that hit you out of nowhere. Those are signals. The universe is whispering through patterns because your logical mind has been too busy. It's trying to bypass your intellect and reach your intuition. The feeling that something big is about to happen. It's not imagination, it's alignment. You're sensing the vibration of your next chapter before it manifests physically. Capricorn, you've always been the one who holds everyone together, the anchor, the problem solver, the steady one. But this season, the universe wants you to be held. You've been pouring from an empty cup for too long. That's why it's been forcing you into rest, isolation, and introspection. You thought life was falling apart, but it's actually falling into divine order. You're being reset for abundance, recalibrated for destiny. You may have heard of Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. He was 65 years old when he started his empire. Before that, he faced hundreds of rejections, countless failures, and financial ruin, but he never gave up. He turned his last chance into a global success. That's the Capricorn essence, resilience. You don't crumble under pressure, you crystallize. You take pain and turn it into purpose. You take chaos and turn it into creation. The same spiritual law that broke you is about to bless you. The universe always balances itself. What goes out must return. You've given loyalty, compassion, forgiveness. All of it will come back multiplied. But here's the secret. It can't return until you're open to receive it. Many Capricorns have been unknowingly rejecting their blessings because they're still in survival mode. You've been so used to struggle that peace feels foreign. It's time to unlearn that mindset. It's time to let ease feel normal. Capricorn, your dreams aren't random, they're prophetic previews. You've been shown glimpses of your future through symbols and people. Maybe you've dreamed of walking through unfamiliar doors, climbing stairs, or meeting strangers who speak with kindness. Pay attention. The universe doesn't send dreams for entertainment, it sends them for preparation. What you're seeing is a snapshot of the reality that's waiting for your belief to catch up. There's a powerful truth hidden in plain sight. Blessings come disguised as burdens. The thing you cried over, the betrayal that broke you, the loss that emptied you, all of it was coded with divine purpose. Remember Joseph in the Bible, sold by his brothers, imprisoned for years, forgotten by everyone. But one day the king had a dream no one could interpret. And Joseph's gift, the very one people mocked him for, became the reason he was elevated to power. Your gift is about to do the same. You've always known you were different. Since childhood you sensed things others didn't. You could feel people's energy, predict outcomes, sense danger before it came. That wasn't paranoia, that was discernment. You were born with an ancient frequency. The universe hid it under struggle so it wouldn't be corrupted by pride. Now, as your spirit matures, that gift is being reactivated. You're about to start attracting people and opportunities that mirror your new vibration. Capricorn, have you ever noticed that before every major breakthrough, your life gets strangely quiet? Friends disappear, calls slow down, money pauses. It feels like the universe is ignoring you. But that silence isn't punishment, it's protection. It's the final test before manifestation. Every time your life goes silent, it means something enormous is forming behind the scenes. The spiritual world needs quiet to create miracles. The universe has a way of resetting things through crisis. Sometimes it breaks your heart to save your destiny. Sometimes it closes a door so you don't settle for less. You were never meant to live a life of small dreams and temporary fixes. That's why things had to fall apart. You were building on sand, not stone. And now, the foundation is being rebuilt in truth. Think of how the phoenix burns before it flies. The fire isn't destruction, it's purification. That's what's been happening to you. The flames that felt unbearable were actually refining your spirit. The ashes you're standing in will soon become wings. Every scar will become evidence of survival. You will not just recover, you will redefine. Capricorn, let me tell you something that might shake you. Your financial blessing is connected to your emotional healing. Every time you suppress your emotions, your energy contracts. When your heart is blocked, abundance can't flow. That's why the universe has been forcing you to feel, through loss, through reflection, through solitude. The more you heal, the more your life expands. The world remembers people like J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. She was broke, depressed, raising a child alone, but her faith in her gift outweighed her fear. That's what the universe is asking from you, faith beyond evidence. When everything around you looks impossible, that's when the miracle is closest. Capricorn, your spiritual senses are awakening. You've started to feel things more deeply, sudden waves of emotion, vivid dreams, random insights that turn out true. You're not imagining it. You're tuning into divine frequency. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. That voice inside you that says, wait or go, is the same voice that guided prophets, inventors, and revolutionaries. It's the whisper of destiny. You may feel restless, like something big is coming, but you can't name it. That's because your spirit already knows. You're about to step into a season of divine speed where what used to take years will happen in months. Delayed blessings are catching up all at once. The job, the opportunity, the recognition, the money, it's all aligning. The universe is making up for lost time. Look at history. After every dark age came a renaissance. After every storm, a rainbow. That's not coincidence, it's divine law. The universe always balances light and darkness. Capricorn, your dark age is ending. You've walked through fire long enough. Now the dawn is breaking, but before light floods in, there's always one last shadow, the final illusion of fear. You'll notice strange shifts soon, people apologizing unexpectedly, opportunities resurfacing, blessings showing up in forms you didn't expect. Don't overthink it. Just say thank you and receive. You've spent too many years surviving. This is your time to live. The universe doesn't want you struggling anymore. It wants you glowing, expanding, leading. Capricorn, this message isn't just prediction, it's confirmation. You've been sensing this energy for weeks, maybe months. You felt the pull, the inner knowing that something's changing. Now it's time to act. Speak abundance. Move with confidence. Say no without guilt. Walk like it's already yours, because energetically it is. But there's something you need to understand. The moment before manifestation is always the hardest. The enemy of your destiny always attacks right before breakthrough. Don't be surprised if you face distractions, emotional triggers, or unexpected setbacks. It's just resistance. The darker the night, the closer the sunrise. Capricorn, you've reached the point of no return. You can't go back to who you were, the universe won't allow it. You're too wise, too aware, too evolved. The next steps you take will determine everything. And even though it feels uncertain, remember this: uncertainty is the birthplace of miracles. Soon, a situation you thought was over will reappear, not to hurt you, but to test if you've truly healed. It might be an old friend, a lost opportunity, or a forgotten dream. Don't react the same way you did before. Respond from wisdom, not emotion. That's how the universe knows you're ready. Something sacred is forming. You can feel it. You can't explain it, but you know deep down this is not just another season, it's your awakening. The universe is about to pull back the curtain, revealing why every tear, every loss, every lonely night was necessary. You'll see how each piece fits, how each pain had purpose. But before that revelation comes, the silence will return. Things may slow down, messages might stop, people might grow distant. It'll feel like nothing's happening, but that's exactly when everything is aligning. Don't panic when it goes quiet. That silence is the sound of destiny rearranging your path, and when it breaks, nothing will ever be the same again.